Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got something done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up in their names, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
So today I'm going to talk about how many times I got tunnel vision in order to achieve my goals. So I'm just going to do a guesstimate, and I'm going to assume that it was 5 times that I got real tunnel vision to achieve my goals. So the first time I actually got tunnel vision was when I was in high school. I was playing football, and I got tunnel vision probably around my sophomore year of high school, where I decided I was going to lock in for 2 years and become the best athlete that I possibly can be in order to never have my mom pay for college. There were a lot of things that I didn't know back then. CUNY was free for those who were poor like me. And, you know, if I wanted to go to the best schools, that I would need better grades than a 75 average. There was a Yale that wanted me, and I believe I needed an 85 to get in. I had like an 83. And so unfortunately, if I had known I needed an 85 to get in, I would have worked harder, I would have studied longer. And this is, again, knowledge is power. And so when you lack knowledge, this also affects you in another way. When I got to college, I was playing football. I didn't go to the Division II school, which I had a scholarship for. I ended up going to a JUCO that I didn't need to go to, but I did that because I was wanting to be with one of my friends. So I foregoed one of my scholarships to go to a JUCO. The college coach wanted to start me, obviously, because I'm a Division II player. And then guess what? I decided to say I'm injured the whole season instead of play because I wanted to redshirt and then go to a better school. Instead of just playing, and then if the school actually wanted me, I could redshirt there if they wanted me to redshirt. I didn't know that you could redshirt after actually playing a season. Again, knowledge is power. I wasn't understanding of that. But I was tunnel vision to just focus on football. Once I got a job, I was 18 in college playing football. I was not tunnel vision at that time. I just knew to save money, and I continued to save money. When I became a sophomore, I went to a CUNY school for a year. I saw my friends leaving, going to bigger colleges like SUNY Albany and Buffalo. And one of my best friends, Kurt, showed me Robinhood. He was trading penny stocks on the platform. I said, well, I got $10,000 in my savings account. I might as well invest too and get started. I got tunnel vision. I started to learn about the stock market. It took me a long time. In fact, my entire college years, the rest of my college years was spent understanding the stock market. And so by the time I graduated as a sophomore, the time I graduated as a senior from the University of Albany, I had learned so much about stocks, but not enough. It had only been about two good years, or maybe 3 good years. And so it wasn't until I did a whole year in 2020 after graduation where I finally understood everything that I ever wanted to do in the stock market, from investing in acorns to investing in Robinhood, from options trading, swing trading, day trading, skip trading, all different types of trading, drip trading, all these things, understanding ratios, understanding the debt to income, understanding the volume, understanding the cap highs and the low, understanding the 52 weeks high and lows, understanding their 5-year average, their 10-year average, the year to date, understanding their dividend payout versus their interest that they're receiving from the ETFs that are taking interest from you, understanding what a company call is because you have enough stocks in that portfolio in order to do a company call. All these things took time. I would say it took me about 7 good years before I actually really knew what I was doing in the stock market and I was being successful. Now, the stock market was on a run up for many, many years. about an entire decade. And so I made money along the way. I made a lot of money along the way. And so although I was learning, I didn't have to learn through failures. I had to learn through success. And as I learned, I made more and more success. And the more success I made, it shifted what type of investments I would invest in, because I now knew what type of investments were worth the investment, if that makes sense. So I then got tunnel vision again. Working at Amazon, I was in love with the company, but I was saving, I was investing, and I also got tunnel vision when I was at Amazon for a second thing, which was houses. So I told everyone that I was looking at 40 plus different houses. At this point, I had knew every single house on the market. I had knew every price that it was going for. I had knew the locations, the zip, what it should cost, what it shouldn't cost. And so when I bought my house, I was buying a house that was already cheap, already ready to go, still negotiating a lower rate. And I bought a house where I didn't really have too much overhead. It was so much cheaper than what I was renting at the time. And it was just a great investment opportunity. And so when I got a tenant to actually move into that home, I was making at least $500 to $600 a month just off of that alone. And when I went and joined the Army, like, that's another income stream. Although it was less than what I was making as a manager, I didn't have any overhead in terms of rent payments and all that other stuff. And again, I was still making less, even with the extra $600 in cash, but I wasn't spending money now. And that's where I really saved money, because I wasn't going out, I wasn't partying, I wasn't spending money on gas, maintenance, and car repairs. I wasn't spending money on utilities, light, electricity, internet. Oh my goodness, when I tell you, guys, I was literally just saving money hand over fist. And with the extra income coming in, it was just making sense. And I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, but the principal paid down from the house, somebody else is paying that. So like, great, all around great. And so when I got out the Army, I got tunnel vision again, but it wasn't when I purchased the home. It was before purchasing my second home. So when I got back, I didn't have a house to live in. Like, I had a tenant in my house. I had to figure it out. So for 30 days, in 3 days, I found a car. In 5 days, I was already working a new job as a general manager of a restaurant. And so in 28 days from that job, from actually coming back home from the Army, in 28 days, I had bought a whole new property, because I finally had 2 paychecks, 2 pay stubs. It was insane. 28 days, people. I think it took me 29 days to close on the property, because they had to wait for my second pay stub to hit. And this is the property that I'm living in now that took me 29 days to own. And because I still kind of was familiar with the market, it didn't take me long. I only looked at 2 houses, one other one, and then this one was the second one that I looked at. And so, I just said, you know what, we're going to go with this one. I didn't really love it. I wasn't in love with it, but I said, we're going to go with this one. And that's exactly what we did. And I didn't really know that I had the greatest neighbors at the time, but they were amazing. I have some of the greatest neighbors now. I was tunnel vision again, not to get another home, but because I was broke. I put everything I had into buying this second home. And I had to furnish the home, because I decided this is going to be somewhere where I actually lay my head. I wasn't going to be traveling. I wasn't going to the Army again. This is somewhere where I had to actually lay my head. And so I wasn't going to buy Amazon furniture for $100 again. Like, this couch was actually a couch from when I was still renting. I had to put this in my den area now. This is my den area for all of you who don't know. Because I got a big couch in the living room area over there. And that couch cost me about two grand. So now I'm like, okay, if I'm going to buy furniture, I'm going to buy furniture that I'm actually going to keep long term. And because that couch cost me 2 grand over there in the living room, although I don't use it often, I mean, it is like, oh yeah, this is a nice couch. People want to sit down. People want to lay on it. People want to sleep on it. I've had people sleep on that couch. I've had people like yeah, I bought things that I didn't know would be so useful. It now is very, very useful. Like, these are the things that come from really just bearing your roots down and being tunnel vision. And so it took me about 10 months, not only to furnish the entire home, which took about four months, but then to save up enough money to where I felt comfortable, which is at least 10 grand in the emergency fund. So at that time, I needed 10 grand in my emergency fund before I felt any comfortability. And so it took me about 10 months to not only furnish the home, but to get to the 10 grand in my emergency fund. Once I got there, the tunnel vision was released and I was able to breathe a little bit. I was able to go out. I was able to party. I was able to do a little bit now, right? And when I'm tunnel vision, guys, when I'm just thinking about myself, when I'm just doing me, nobody calls me. Nobody hits me up. Nobody texts me. I don't even tell them that I'm tunnel vision. I don't even tell them that I'm focused on me. I don't even tell them. It's just like, listen, they not checking for me. That's cool. But when I do what I do, when I do what I gotta do, oh, everybody's aware. Everybody knows now what it is that I do. So like when I bought the first property, nobody knew. When I bought the second home, nobody knew. They was just there to celebrate in the end. When I got all the furnishings and everything done, nobody knew. When I got the massage chair, it's not a big deal, but nobody knew. When I bought a car or when I buy a new car, nobody knew. When I travel, like, I coordinate that with my friends and family, but, for the most part, like, when I'm tunnel vision, bro, I'm just thinking about what is next. What is next? And so you try to bring people along, but a lot of the times you just got to do it yourself, because if you don't, you'll be waiting forever. I mean, I got family that's now starting a YouTube channel, that's now trying to get into the scene, that's now, trying to get into that. They're going to have to really understand what it takes to start a YouTube channel and a YouTube basically business, And I was going to save this for a whole nother video, but I guess I'll talk about it now, like embracing the hate. When I first started YouTube, there was a lot of hate. When I first started TikTok, there was a lot of hate. I had someone in my comments every single day telling me I'm not as rich as I am, telling me that I'm not doing what I'm doing, until I decided to show them my basement and how I got a pool table down there, weight room equipment, all that stuff. And he was probably just sleeping in his car somewhere. And he's like, okay, his basement is better than my living situation. So, that probably changed what was going on there. And so as soon as they saw me do a video of that, I had not gotten a response since from that one person who was under my videos for like a good 3 weeks, I might add. But all of a sudden, all that stopped. And then I also want to say a good thank you to those who are out here supporting me and even combating those who are talking about me negatively, because I do see y'all in the comments as well who are basically saying, yo, if you didn't want to watch it, why are you talking about it, right? Like whether it's why I don't go to the strip club video, someone watched it, they talked about it and said, why would you even talk about it? No one cares if you go to a strip club. But obviously 200 plus people did care. And obviously you cared enough to comment. And thank you to the subscriber who had my back in that situation, because I wasn't going to respond to such nonsense. I think people want you to respond to negativity, but guess what? I'm only responding to positivity. So I'm only here for the positivity. All right. And then pushing myself when I don't feel like it. A lot of the times there's really no reason to, go after it more than I'm already doing, right? Like I have everything that I want. I've had it for a while now. And so when you're pushing yourself to do things, I pride myself on being self-motivated, but it gets harder, especially when there's not many people around you at the level of what you're doing in order to keep on going. So you have to continue to push. You have to continue to pride yourself on being great and, put goals, put milestones. So now a goal for me is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 600 right now. trying to get to 1,000. So that's the goal for me, right? Once you get to 1,000, now you're trying to look at maybe 5,000, 10,000. The real goal for me is really 10,000, but we're trying to start small. Let's get to 1,000 first, and let's see what we can do from there. And you know what? I'm also going to add this. This was going to be a whole nother video, but I'm thinking of just making this video a nice, compelling video because it's all kind of blending in together. So no one wants to be told what to do. So for example, I had my family, they just started a YouTube channel. They starting a travel channel. I told them, hey, this word is more catchy. This thing is going to catch more eyes. This thing is going to do more views. They didn't take my advice. And that's okay because guess what? I'm the same type of guy who's not going to really take advice from other people either. And so sometimes you got to learn from your own failures and mistakes. But at the same time, when you're looking at someone's channel, when you're looking at someone who's been doing this for almost 2 years, you have to give them a little bit of grace and say, like, he might know what he's talking about. He might know what he's actually doing. Let me start to listen to him a little bit more. Let me start to take his advice. Let me make a channel that is worth watching. And so when you don't do those things, when you don't study, when you don't do the research, you get left in the dust. And I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen to them. All I'm saying is that, you know, it takes one to know one. And, you know, I've had little success over a period of time. And I understood that I can grow my channel more by applying myself more. And so that's exactly what I did in order to get to where I am now. I have friends, too, who want me to go the same route as them. Whereas I can just do my own thing. I can just go my own route. And I'm going to be more successful doing that. So why would I go your route when I can just do what I've been doing and I'm going to be good here? You know, so my channel is growing. My channel is improving. My views is going up. My watch time is going up. All these things are going up. And so, like, if you are doing what you're doing and it's working for you, kudos to you. But as for me, I'm going to do what I do. It's going to work for me. It's been working for me. So kudos to me, too. You know, my views going up, everything going up. We're not going to be worried about nothing. So, you know what? I wasn't a big fan of the hate. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought that the love would come first before the hate, to be honest. But the hate came first, and then the love started to pour in. So that was things not going as planned. Things are not falling into plan as I thought it would. But over time, we'll start to understand that, you know, you can't plan for everything, but you can adapt to everything. So, you know, over the time, I did get a lot of love and a lot of support. And when people do show love, it is always the best feeling in the world. Always the best feeling in the world. So I appreciate every single one of you who do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of you who do show love, who do show some respect, and understand that, you know, we're working here. We're doing what we can in order to provide you with the best. And, you know, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know, I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.